What's going on, guys? So we got Perth Pro Players team member Jake Wheeler here. He took third place at the online TAC Oceanic Regionals with his Mecha Frieza, and he's going to give us a bit of a deck profile. So before we get started, Jake, what kind of matchups did you have throughout the day?
So in this tournament, it's best of one. So I played two cooler mills. Played a King Cold, the new green one of all field cards. I played a Shroom Salsa. What else did I play? I played a Mecha Mirror. I had a loss to a King Piccolo, who ended up going on to win it anyway. And I'm missing another one. It'll come back to
That's
me.
all good. All right, anyway, let's get to the deck profile. So Mecha Frieza.
Yep.
So why did we choose this leader?
I picked this up a while ago, and I'm having a lot of fun with it, and it's probably my favourite deck, meta deck in this format, so why not? Play what you know.
Yeah, and some new buffs, obviously, with the new cards coming out, especially that extra
so
card. Really strong, being able to tap two
fun.
things down.
Absolutely.
Pretty crazy. Yeah, for sure. So I think everyone knows what the leader does by now.
Yeah.
But
On front size, take a life, reduce the cost of yellow extra cards by one specified yellow, making your one cost extra cards free and the two costs one. And you can only activate extra cards once per turn on this side, and when you attack, draw a card. When you're 4 or less, you awaken, untap one, draw one. And on this side, when you attack, you draw a card, same again. This side, you can take a life and activate extra cards, mono yellow extra cards 2 or less for free. And also, when you use an extra card once per turn, you can tap one of their battle cards, which came in clutch a lot of the matches.
yeah, that's the huge part about that backside, for sure.
It's that easy peasy.
All right, cool. Let's get to it. So starting out,
The best card in the deck, it makes it so relevant. You know, assemble, you know what it does. You can reduce its cost with Mecha Frieza, draw 2, and if your opponent's tapped out, you can play a Universe 9 body, which is pretty clutch.
yeah, most of the time just use it even for like some draw threes,
that's
right?
it.
That's probably like most
A lot of
viable
people
thing
play
about it.
around this, like they won't tap out because of this.
Yeah.
But even just using it to draw 2 is really nice.
For sure,
And
and
to
then
help yourself awaken.
Yeah, and if you take a life, it's 3 cards to hand.
Absolutely.
Pretty good on that front side.
And the bodies you play off this, we played 3 Basils. When you play it, you draw a card, and if they have 5 or more cards in rest mode, you can activate main, give it, put it like 19k dual attack, which is pretty nice.
Did that come up much over the day?
Not really. Most of the time, if I didn't have anything to do and it was in my hand, I just played it for one just to draw a card.
Draw
really.
cards.
But it wasn't. It was okay.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And the other target is Chapel, which is probably the better version you want to establish pretty early in the game.
Yeah.
So it's a 2-drop 15k. You can play it off Universe 9. So his order is when your opponent attacks once per turn, you get to tap one of their energy, which is really good because the deck revolves around pretty much tapping your opponent out and hitting them from there.
Yeah. Do you feel like 3's enough throughout the course of the game?
I usually play 4, but I really wanted to cut this down to 50.
Yep.
An early game, like you only really want to play it early game anyway, so
Sure.
it's most of the time you should have it in deck.
Yeah.
If
Yep.
not, tough luck.
Have you ever established like 2 pretty common?
Not really. Usually, because a lot of people play around it. Most decks, usually red, don't care about playing around Unite Assemble because they can neg any of these 2 off pretty easy anyway.
Yep.
So 1's fine, 2's great, but if you get 1 out, you're pretty good from there.
Yep, that's fair.
I am playing the blue-yellow version, so my super combos are Zamasu.
Yep.
And I'm a huge Goku Black Zamasu fan, so of course I can't say no to that.
Did you ever miss throughout the games, I guess, the draw 2 with all the new like yellow super combos where you bottom deck draw 2, the Krillin one?
The only one I would have liked is Krillin, because if you do draw all your Uni 9s, putting them back on the bottom of your deck is really good, but I just find this card too good. Your opponent's always playing around it, attacking with their leader first, and if they attack with the leader first, you can do other things to the rest of the board. So.
Yeah, for sure. That's fair.
And because you're playing 4 of that, you have to play 4 of the Bojack Arrivals, which is really good. It has Barrier, so you can Arrival it for 1 yellow. So if you combo this, Arrival it out for 1.
Yep.
It has Barrier, which is great. 20k Barrier body is really good. And it also has Aegis, so when you activate Aegis once per turn, you can draw a card, so then you can untap 2 energy, which helps you extend your plays on defense with cards you'll see soon.
Yeah, I guess it minimizes how much you have to actually take life, right? And that's why this is kind of the stronger version, because
Absolutely.
stopping yourself from taking life too often, because that's kind of the gameplay with Mechos. Take them down, low life, force them to use extra cards with life, and then swing through. So yeah, this kind of stops that a little bit.
Pretty good. It does have unique, but if you draw multiple, you can use the other copies for ages, so it works out pretty good.
Yep.
One of the best cards of the deck, probably Bergamo.
4.
Yeah, I mean, I always want to hit it. If the more I hit this, the more comfortable I feel like. The more you're going to tap your opponent out.
Yep.
So this is when you tap something down, which is pretty much what every card in the deck does. You can play it out for 1 yellow, 1 non-specified energy, so 2 energy. Now when he is played, you get to tap 2 of your opponent's battle cards or energy, ignoring barrier.
Yep.
So it's pretty good to tap your opponent out.
So having this many in the deck, are you playing it more than once across the course of the game pretty regularly?
Absolutely. It's, if I have 2 energy up, I'd probably rather play this over a Warcry.
Yep.
Unless the matchups I want to go super aggressive, Warcry is probably better. But
that's fair. So are you doing this more, I guess, in your defense, or is it more in your offense? Do you find?
Depends what the situation is. If I want to push and they have energy up, tapping them out is great, so they can't less energy to defend themselves.
Yeah.
But it's also on defense, to tap them out so they can't play their turn is just, it's pretty mean.
I was going to say, it'd be pretty huge off the Aegis as well, being able to untap the 2, have your 2 energy perfect for that, and then use the Master Super combos as well.
A lot of your game is played through your defensive step.
Yeah. Yep.
So when your opponent attacks, you say no combo, and you just have a 5-minute turn from there pretty much.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So then we play 2 Planet Vegetas. You can activate it for free on the Unawakened side. So it's pretty much a +2, which is great. And it helps you search out any 4 or less Sane from your deck. So pretty good. The main target you want to search out is only 2 Warcry.
Yep.
It's really good, but also the 2 cost 10k can be a bit clunky. It's not too bad with Aegis because you untap 2. There's 2 energy right there. You can combo it off.
Yep.
Bring it on board. When he's played, you can draw a card and tap one of your opponent's battle cards. And he has 20k double strike, so he's pretty good.
I definitely think 2 is more than enough of that card because most of the time you're not being aggressive. It's kind of like a closer a lot of the times.
With Planet Vegeta, you're pretty much running 4 copies right here, so you should see that both every game. Definitely one.
For sure.
I was playing 3 of the Robotic Riposte, but I only had 1 on the day and I was borrowing 2 from teammates. And then I obviously pulled a second one here the other day for prizing. Really good card, really expensive. So pretty much it's 1 cost a gate. It gets its cost reduced by 1 for every extra card you have in your energy or drop area. So you're going to have it live at 1 most of the game anyway. So 1 cost, negate, plays out. When he's played, your opponent, every time your opponent would attack with a non-unison card, they have to tap one of the active cards to rest mode. That comes out pretty good. A lot of matchups, it wasn't too relevant. Especially King Cole, they play so many field cards. It's like they just tap one of those. It's kind of redundant, but it's still nice to have the one cost 15k body on the board.
For sure. Yep.
I played 2 Swift Coolers. A lot of people play this at 1, or if not at all. I just love this card. Countering your opponent's negate is just really nice, and then plus you get to draw a card.
Yeah.
Possibly 2 if you have 6 cards in rest mode.
Can come up huge as well. I guess with this deck, because a lot of the time you're not just pushing all the time. So when you are going for those big turns and you know that they're just holding that negate for the game ender, you just kind of close it off with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I only used it once in the tournament. It was against the Shroom and Salsa matchup. Free energy is obviously a lot. Not too bad, but it's definitely good. Going for that turn for the kill. Especially if you've tapped them out and they use a sparky negate and you counter that negate, they're taking a life for nothing really. So it comes in clutch when you need it. I played 4 Power of Super Saiyan. I don't care if I see all 4 of this turn 1. It's a free cycle. So it's a negate. So the only negates I play are this and the Mecha anyway. So and I did cut Nimbus, so having the extra negates there are pretty handy.
Yeah.
So it is a 1 cost negate the attack, and also has a Activate battle. If you have a mono energy, which is just yellow energy, you can activate this for free to activate battle. Then you can tap one of your opponent's battle cards or unisons.
Yeah, which comes huge on the backside, hey?
Absolutely. Like, a lot of people swing at the leader first to play around Zamasu super combo, but then they play into this where you can tap the unison, and because you're leader, it will trigger your leader's ability of activating extra cards. So you pretty much tap 2 cards for no energy and you get a draw, which comes up huge. And this is probably the best way to trigger Bergamo to tap them out as well.
Yeah.
Amazing card.
For sure.
I love it at full. I was playing free Final Flash. Just so good with Mecha. You can activate it for free with taking a life on either side. Negate the skill of any battle cards. And it's 15k combo, so your opponent can't really push the game with double strike or triple strike on battle cards, because if they run into this, they're gonna feel bad.
Yeah, for sure.
I was playing 3 of the Vegeta unisons. Really good. My main game ender pretty much was this guy. If they have 1 energy up on offense, I'll slap this down for free, tap one of like a poutine or something, 4, -3, tap the last energy.
Yep.
It becomes a 20k dual attack double strike. And also the -1's really great against matchups that go big. So you -1, they can't attack with battle cards greater than their energy cost, so it stops them from playing.
For sure.
2 poutine, I want to see it. So she comes out for free. When you tap something down, so which is all the time in this deck, she gives your opponent a tough time. So every time your opponent activates a counter or plays a card with a skill, which is nearly every card in today's game, you get to tap one of your opponent's battle cards down. So it's pretty good there. 2 Overrealm was the Marseilles. Yellow struggles for removal a little bit, especially in this deck. So removing cards with this is great, and plus it's a 20 card. Hit for free.
Yep, for sure.
Pretty good.
For sure.
Just a few one-offs now.
So it's like the searchable things off Planet Vegeta.
Yeah, pretty much. This card is great. Really love it. Stops a lot of matchups.
Probably huge in the mirror.
Yeah, mirror was. This is won me the mirror because I played this, won the dial, so that helped as well.
Yep.
And then my opponent played Planet Vegeta trying to search us, and it was in their life. They told me after the game, so made them.
So very unfortunate. Yeah.
Also against King Cole, this is amazing. Your opponent can't play the field cards for free.
Yep.
Oh, they got to play an extra energy if this is that, and it makes it really tough for your opponent. Another searchable target of Planet Vegeta is the Dark Power Marseille. Really good in a lot of matches. Even just playing it for 1 and had to take a life to gain 50k came up quite a bit, so it could help me awaken sometimes. But it was great. Obviously, the one called Bloodlust.
Got to.
You get
Staple.
Absolutely. You only play it at 1, but you still have to play the 1.
Yeah, for sure.
Only 1 for every Instruction Champer, which is also another main game ender. A lot of times, does swing at opponent's life at 2 and just combo this and everything I had and win from there.
Most of the time, probably on like leaders and unisons, right? That's when it's like super important in those certain matchups.
It's a lot more safer on the leader.
Yeah.
Sometimes unisons. I don't think a lot of people playing tech to stop unisons.
Not too much, yeah. But
amazing card.
Yeah, for sure. And it's something that not everyone expects in Mecha, I think, as well.
Absolutely, yeah. I had the wrong cigarette here. I was playing Heroine's Lineage on the day.
Yep.
This was just in here because I'm just testing it out right now to see how it works in Mecha. So Heroine's Lineage does tap 1, steal one of your opponent's battle cards, 7 or less, which is great. Plus with the Final Flash, if their opponent's battle card is barrier, you can take away barrier Final Flash and then steal it, which is great.
Which one are you finding better at the moment? Is it Heroines or this one?
In the tournament, Heroine's Lineage didn't come up a lot, really. I don't think I used it once, to be honest.
Cool.
I do want a few more. Well, this is a 40k body for 2, and it taps pretty much everything when it comes out to play.
Yep.
So I do want to try and fit this in here and see how it works. I think it should be pretty good.
That's fair. All right, cool. Is there any changes you'd like to make to the deck, Jake?
I'm the type of player that changes my deck pretty much all the time. Like,
consistently?
Yeah, if the tournament was a week later, there'd be 10 cards different.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's cool. So any shout-outs, Jake, before we get going?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll shout out to the team, PX Free. Support us. And our sponsors, Trifinity and Team Card Titan.
Yeah, awesome. All right. Thank you very much for the deck profile, Jake. Remember, if you guys like this content, please subscribe and hit that bell to stay notified whenever we upload. We'll catch you guys on the next one.
See ya.